Yo, it's your boy Affion Crockett, and you checking out Taboo's Comics and Kicks.
Hola amigos, what's up everybody? It's another great edition of Taboo's Comics and Kicks. So let me just start by saying that this man that I have today is one of the illest dancers. I'm not even talking about what he's known for. This dude, for me, when I first saw him on the Apollo as the Foot Clan with his crew, I was like, yo, these kids remind me of us. And to see how far he took his dancing to in turn be able to create an opportunity to be an amazing entertainer, but it stems from his love for jazz, ballet, housing, popping, locking, boogalooing, freestyle, footwork, b-boying. This man is one of my biggest inspirations as a dancer. And you probably don't even know that.
I don't.
Yeah.
Wow.
You probably don't even know that because you've done so many great things in comedy, film, television. But to me, I want to basically give you your flowers about your dancing.
Come on, man.
The man that I'm talking about is a dear friend, an icon, a generational figure for the dance community, for comedy, for music in general, as an MC, as a graffiti cat, appreciating the elements of hip hop. The man that I'm talking about is the iconic Affion Crockett. Hey. All right, so I just glazed you right there.
Flowers all around.
Thousand
He
times.
glazed.
I just glazed the hell out of your dancing, bro.
So
wait. What do you?
Come on, man. Take me back to 92,
Let's
the
go.
Apollo.
Woo! Hey!
Hey.
When I saw this man on the Apollo.
And when y'all flip this on the remix of Joints and Jams.
Yes,
come on, man.
Come on, let's go.
Hey. Huh.
Hey. Ha. All right. That's a good way to
Come
intro.
on, Tab.
Come on, brother.
So correction, my crew on Apollo was Twin Flex.
Twin Flex.
Because my partners was identical twins and I was the flexible one. So naturally that was our name. And then Foot Clan was the crew on Soul Train when I first moved to LA.
Okay.
And I started rocking out with them. But I'm gonna take you back to something you said. When you said you saw us and said, dang, they remind me of us. Mm-hmm. We said the exact same thing about y'all.
Dope. Wait, this was Joints and Jams era.
Yeah, Joints and Jams, exactly.
Yeah.
Y'all was so ill. You know what I mean? And when we saw y'all, normally when we saw dancers that was ill, we wanted to battle. You know, we had that young hunger.
Same.
It was like, oh, we want to battle everybody.
Yep.
When we saw y'all felt like our long lost brothers. I never had that energy with y'all. Like, I want to ice them. I was just so like, even down to how y'all would like your gear, dancing in like something like boots, hard shoes or whatever, but like killing it. And me and you was the one I identified with the most.
Martial arts.
Martial arts.
Yes,
So I was the one adding Shaolin and drunken into my style. So when I saw you, I was like, oh, that's my guy. Apple, him and the twins have a very similar style. They're self-taught gymnasts.
The acrobatics.
So all of their stuff was like jump up, handstand, and freeze, drop on their elbows, like all that crazy stuff.
Yep.
And then Will's style was just so jazzy and you know what I'm saying?
He had the Gregory Hines,
oh my
Sandman.
gosh. Now y'all was ill, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Y'all was ill and to the point where we was like, we saw us in y'all and vice versa.
Well, I mean, you know, sword sharpens sword, you know, and when you see folks that inspire you on so many levels, first of all, the fact that you took your chance on frickin' the Apollo to bring the styles and the techniques, because everybody wasn't really too familiar with the elements that you were bringing because you were incorporating the housing, you had, you know, the b-boying, you had the martial arts incorporated. And to be able to bring all those elements, sometimes in a setting like the Apollo, they might not be ready for it.
Yeah.
So talk about that, like going from, you know, the inspiration of, you know, martial arts and all that, and wanting to get yourself out there. What was the struggle with that?
I wouldn't even say struggle, right? I think I grew up Fayetteville, North Carolina, military brat. I also grew up in Germany from the military. But when we did the Apollo, that was North Carolina times. And if you know anything about the city, right? This is way before J. Cole put the city on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Just not a lot to do there. The crime rate is high.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the creativity levels are crazy because we're watching people in LA, we're watching people in New York. Well, at the time it was dominated New York.
Mm-hmm.
So we're watching all the Mop Tops, all these guys, and we're trying to just emulate what they're doing. So while they have the luxury of, all right, we're gonna do this music video, we're gonna do that, we have nothing but we're gonna watch the music videos that they're starring in, and we're gonna go in this garage and practice all day because that's all we got to do. And then we'll go to the club and we're going to battle, we're going to fight, we're going to do all the things. But to get to the Apollo and to make the decisions that we made, we had nothing to lose. We had supreme confidence. We was always battling people and winning and going to different cities where we were unknowns. And then, you know, the main dancers that was supposed to be the nicest guys, they would run up on us in the club and we would sit these motherfuckers down.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we just had that confidence. So we were like, all right, we got nothing to lose. If Apollo boos us, all right, we made it to the Apollo at least. But we never thought like that. We was like, nah, what we got is gonna capture their attention. And as you saw in the clip, they was standing up.
They were feeling.
They was rocking.
Yeah.
They was like, oh man, you know what I mean? So we just had the confidence.
All right, so you said something very important, Mop Tops. Shout out to Mop Tops.
Shout out to
because Mop Tops, you know, Mop Tops, Scheme Team, Chameleon, and freaking Soul Brothers. Those three. Let's talk about those three.
Yes.
I want to stay in the dance world right now before we go into
we
your
can
acting.
talk dance all day, by the way.
I know.
Yeah,
but there's so much we got to cover. But the dancing element, because I want the people to know what you, as an ambassador in dance, have brought to us for many decades. And I think you need to have your flowers for that. You know, there's a lot of us that are inspired by your acting and, you know, you as a writer and as a comedian. But then there's those people like myself who are fans of your dancing. Just like Tupac.
Right.
Pac was a dope-ass dancer, bro.
Puff danced with Fendi, who was my favorite dancer from EPMD. Yeah. So, you know, before the mogulism, before all what we know him for now, Puff was dancing with Fendi, bro. Pac was dancing like
Digital Underground. Some
of the illest MC, Razzcast, like it's some ill MCs who were dancers first. Common.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Scheme Team, Soul Brothers, and Mop Tops.
Yeah.
How would you categorize? Like, who would you put?
For me personally, Mop Top is the holy grail.
Buddha Stretch,
Link, Rubber Band, Marquest, Khalif, like those guys. The Layla Hathaway video, Baby Don't Cry, was the one that was like, you're not touching this. You're not touching the levels of creativity, the levels of artistry that says, we're going to take this street Brooklyn style and fuse it with jazz, kung fu, ballet, b-boying, footwork. But we're going to do it to a slow song to Layla Hathaway, who at the time, she was a new artist. She was Donny Hathaway's daughter. Now she's Layla, right? But they put that style to a slow R&B song with suits on, like in hoodies. Like they created a whole style.
Yeah, they did.
So by the time you get to North on South Street,
Herb Albert.
You see the influence of the style there, right? Even the outfits. Soul Brothers, Def Jeff, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Def Jeff. They had a Cali bounce to I feel like they were little brothers to the Mop Top style. Now, I don't know the timeline, right? So I may be saying this wrong. I don't know when Soul Brothers started or who their influences were.
Well, I think because Jeff was in the East Coast, he's an East Coast guy that happened to rock with some West Coast guys that were doing their thing here in the 80s. So along with, you know, what Mop Tops were doing, the Soul Brothers were, I mean, bro, like LA, like freaking Leimert Park. All that whole world was Soul Brothers. And then you had Scheme Team. But Chameleon was a little bit more like, you know, because he was just like power moves and crazy eccentric freaking flow. And Divine Style was
Divine Style, yeah.
was a different frequency.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the styles and the different ways of representing not your traditional style of dancing, like that's what was intriguing to me. Because, we all are sons of freaking Beat Street and breaking.
100%.
Of course.
100%.
We all come from that world,
Yeah.
right? The wild style and
All of it. Everything you naming. Wild Style. What's the joint? The
Crush Groove?
Crush Groove, no, but I'm talking about a TV show. Graffiti Rock.
Mm-hmm. Graffiti Rock?
Yeah. Early Soul Train
Yes, sir.
with like Oz Rock and people like that on there.
Fred Berry?
Bro. I'm talking about the 80s. Now, we know the Lockers, they're solidified from the 70s.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when the B-boying came into Soul Train.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And my man Oz was on there, and like different B-boys would come through and be just showing different styles.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a child of all of that.
That's dope.
100%.
As we should, because Adrian Young, shout out to Adrian Young, did this amazing piece called Respond to Sound.
Yeah.
And it was how the evolution of James Brown and how we all were, remnants of the James Brown era. And, Jackie Wilson.
Including
and
Michael. Yeah.
MJ, we all come from that style.
We come from James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's no accident that most B-boys rock hardest to James Brown tracks. Give It Up, Turn It Loose. When that comes on, it's a rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's just it's in our veins.
When did you start dancing? How old were you, and what year was that?
I was 10.
And what year is 10 for you?
10 for me. I'm 52 now, so 83.
Man, there's no way you're 52.
Yeah, man. It's the dance.
Yeah.
It's the dance. It's peace. It's love. I don't stress. So yeah, I just take care of myself, man. I don't do no drugs, no
Same.
alcohol. None of
Same,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
It's been a
Makes a
blessing.
big
Age at all.
Yeah.
Sobriety's
Makes a big difference.
been sacred for me, and I know in this industry you get lost in the overindulging.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you said that. We like to on this show we like to bring items to the table of like our childhood, storytelling, things that we may remember from our past. So I want to show you a couple of things. I'm gonna give you some items,
Yeah.
and you tell me if it resonates. with you.
Resonates that for sure.
Just nostalgia vibes, bro.
Yeah.
Nostalgia vibes.
I'm with it.
Like take us back, paint a picture, tell a story about
I'm with it.
what that item, reminds you of.
All right, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Wow.
Let's start with that since you talked about it.
Hey man, what was so ill about y'all, right? Y'all had flows, ill beats, and it was on some West Coast tribe
Yes, sir.
vibe.
We are
De
sons
La.
of tribe for sure.
Yeah. West Coast vibes of Tribe, De La, who are two of my favorite groups.
Native
I'm sure
tongues.
yours as well.
Yeah.
What made me love y'all immediately as a dancer, right? As dancers, we always look for the dance break in the
course.
video, in the music video.
Of course.
Right? Most people are rocking with their favorite artists and they're trying to sing along to the words or whatever. Look at the outfits. The fact that y'all had a dance break in the was it a
had to.
restaurant?
No,
a
it was in
restaurant.
the Union Station.
Oh wow.
Yeah, downtown.
But it was like a tile floor or whatever.
Yeah, we it was the beautiful tile floor.
Let me tell you something, man.
Yeah.
As a dance crew, we watched that shit over and
Thank you.
over because y'all just had so much style. Like Will touching the piano and twisting his leg up, and you with the kung fu stuff, App with the flips and the headstands, and like y'all were revolutionary. And at a time when, so quick backstory, I was in the studio back then with EPMD.
Oh wow!
We took a trip to New York. We won this
You were
contest.
rapping or dancing?
Rapping, but I was still primarily a dancer.
Okay, cool.
But I had a group and my older brother and all
Yep.
that. So we had an opportunity to be in the studio with EPMD. And right around 92, right after the Apollo, is when they pulled dance out of rap and it became more hardcore,
Yeah.
And so to see y'all put the spotlight on dance and y'all was nice. That shit it was so inspiring to me and just dope, man. I was like, yo, these motherfuckers they're aliens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because back then you had people who were either really dope MCs and they stuck to that and that's all it was, but they never showcased that they could rock too. Y'all were everything in one.
Yeah,
And
we
that
had to, bro, because we were like, yo,
Who else was doing that?
No one.
That's what I'm saying. Like no one was like actual.
You know,
the ill MCs
I will
had
say
backup
this.
dancers.
I will say this. Farside rocked.
Oh
too.
no, they was
Farside
nice.
was dope too. You know what I mean?
But they didn't
started,
put it. They didn't do it as much and showcase it. But they were ill though.
Yeah, for
You're
sure.
right. They were ill. But what I'm saying is most MCs, most big groups back then had backup dancers.
Correct.
Y'all were all in one, and that shit was just so ill, man. Big flowers to Black Eyed Peas.
Thank you,
I
brother.
always felt like I was the fourth male P. Just know that.
You know what's dope though is you get to bring your own vinyls to shows. Nostalgia.
For sure. All right,
That's
we're gonna stay in that world.
that's a big flex.
We're
though.
gonna stay in the hip hop world.
Please.
All right. This is something special because I got it from Grandmaster, Blastmaster.
Oh.
Not many people have that, bro.
Hip hop. KRS-One. The gospel of hip hop.
Mm.
Wow. The 3 significant times me and him crossed paths.
Mm-hmm.
Wildin' Out. I had just done, one of his team members reached out to me and he was like, yo, KRS is a fan. Can you come do this video? And it was Hip Hop Lives, right? So I'm in the video just hanging out. And then after the video, I was like, yo, they're taping Wildin' Out tomorrow. Y'all should pull up. And he was like, yo, we exchanged numbers, whatever. He pulls up and he sits in the crowd, and DJ D-Reg, that's my man. He felt the moment, right? I think Common was there as a guest, but KRS is just sitting in the crowd. D-Reg puts on
Ooh.
the whole crowd
The
is
bridge
like,
is
oh,
over?
bridge is
Yeah.
over. And Chris stands up and just starts rocking the mic.
Wow.
Impromptu.
He's one of the dopest freestyle MCs, by the way.
Crazy.
Off the head, like one
Crazy.
of the illest.
And then the third was when I turned 50, me and hip hop turned 50, like in the day apart. And so I'm in the Bronx. I fly to the Bronx for the party that he's having in front of in Cedric and Cedar, the whole under the bridge. And
That's classic.
he's like, yo, Afe, he's handing me the mic. Like it's the most hip hop moment with the Blastmaster that I could have ever experienced for my own birthday.
That's amazing, bro.
Me and hip hop's birthday. Like it was crazy, bro. Crazy.
That pillar of being there in the Bronx, celebrating not only your birthday, but also celebrating hip hop. Like that's.
And although I'm not from New York, like we are all from the culture of New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he is like one of the purest MCs and, representatives of hip hop. So, that's crazy.
So staying in that world, because we talked about the MCing, dancing. Now let's talk about that.
Oh.
Yep.
Bruce.
Yes.
Bruce Lee. So I'm age 12, 13 in Germany. I had been bullied a lot, moving around, always the new kid. So one day, me and my mom's, one of my homies, he was just talking about, man, remember when Bruce Lee fought Chuck Norris? And I couldn't remember what he was talking about. And he's like, yeah, Return of the Dragon. He said, man, he gave me the VHS tape. And I kept the tape. I still have it to this day. He gave me a VHS tape, and I'm watching Bruce Lee in the alley of the restaurant when he first arrives in Italy. And he takes the thugs out back when they're harassing his family. And when he does the dragon whips his tail and he's beating the shit out these dudes, I'm like mesmerized, and I locked in right then. I started watching everything he did, specifically just in that one movie. The fight in the dirt before he goes to the Coliseum to fight Chuck Norris. I looked at one thing that people don't pay attention to about Bruce Lee. He showed his whole body, his whole style. If you watch movies now like John Wick and Bourne Identity, they edit really close. So all you see is like here. Right. You see the elbows and the hands, and it's really quick cuts. Bruce showed you his dance rhythm. Most people don't know he was a cha-cha champion of China. Yeah. So he's a dancer. That's why his rhythm was so cat-like. Right. But I watched that fight when he was fighting the 3 dudes in the dirt. Bob Wall, I forget the Korean artist's name. Coming off your lead leg to do side kicks, to do roundhouses off the lead. Ridiculous.
Yeah, for sure.
So I learned that. I learned it just from watching the movie, and I would go around and I would start sparring guys who were actually in like Shotokan classes, and I would beat them. So that began my journey of confidence and no more bullying, and yeah, just really appreciating who Bruce Lee was.
Did you have to fight your way out of the bully phase?
Did I what?
Did you have to fight your way out of the bully phase? Or
When guys saw that I could kick over their heads, I became the coolest.
So you created a facade that basically
it wasn't a facade. No, I could really kick over your head or kick you in the head.
No, but I'm saying that they were more scared of what could be than you actually showing them and actually having to throw down.
Kinda. Yeah, but again, it wasn't. I wasn't faking it.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they saw, like, I would do tournaments and stuff like that. So yeah, they saw what it was.
So you're doing tournaments in Germany?
Yeah.
Dope. Yeah, I kind of so usually when we're performing, well, when people perform, they perform like straight. When I perform sideways the way Bruce go into this mode, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm like the angles on stage, I'm able to position, like I'm able to pivot and move really fluid side to side.
What is your martial arts background?
Wing Chun.
Oh, same.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? I always say this story. I was training with this guy named Jet Tanner. He was like an OG that was in Vietnam, and we were like, doing traditional freaking form, and I did that for like 6 to 8 months, and then he's like, all right, well, Tab, you've been working hard. I said, yeah, Jet, like, am I good? I'm a little kid.
Right.
He's like, well, Tab, you're good enough to get your ass kicked. So
they told me the same shit.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, cool. So I'm just gonna incorporate that form in my dancing because I knew the dancing thing was gonna take me somewhere, right? That was like my calling. So let's stay in this world of like nostalgia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you items that represent our childhood besides hip hop.
G.I. Joe.
The two brothers, Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes.
Yeah. That's crazy. What is this?
Migo.
Oh, this is actually the
Does
figures.
that represent anything for you?
I wasn't heavy into the G.I. Joe side.
How about ninjas?
But ninjas for sure.
Yeah.
I literally used to walk around in a ninja suit.
Ninja stars.
Like tabbies.
Yeah. The little.
I used to have the tabbies, with the toes.
Yep.
And yeah, I had a, you had your pencil case. I had stars. I still have that case to this day. Stars and blades that I made in woodshop class.
Shuriken.
Yeah, man.
I don't think there's anybody in our generation that grew up
was
that
not
didn't
trying to be a
want
ninja?
to be in fucking ninja.
And Sho Kosugi was the guy.
Woo!
He was
American
the guy.
Ninja.
Yeah,
and
brother.
Those, the ninja domination and all those
of
joints.
that. Sho Kosugi was the Bruce Lee of ninjas.
He was the dude.
He was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
man.
sure. All right, one more and then we'll continue.
Crazy.
Right.
Back down memory lane. Yeah.
All right.
First of all, you had Turbo up here. That's a whole nother conversation.
Lionel.
Boogaloo Shrimp. By the power of Grayskull.
Lionel. Lionel's Thunder.
Oh, that's Thundercat.
Thundercats.
I'm thinking of He-Man.
And the reason why I'm showing you Thundercats because they were martial artists, brother.
Mm-hmm.
They had different styles. One of them had nunchucks. That was Panthro. He had the sword. Chitara had the stick.
Yeah.
And it was all about martial arts.
The crazy thing is everybody started incorporating martial arts into the wildest thing, like things that didn't even look like it should have had martial arts in it.
Yeah.
But they, even now, to this day, like they keep siphoning from the martial arts world for, like, even Kill Bill. As ill as that movie was, for me, there was still a bit of you biting the Bruce Lee sweatsuit, and you know what I'm saying?
Uma Thurman?
Yeah. But I mean, ill story, but it was like, she's not really of the cloth though.
Yeah.
My movie growing up was Super Ninjas.
Ooh.
Super Ninjas with a ninja. It was like different color ninjas, 5 Deadly Venoms,
Mm-hmm.
and of course all the Bruce joints. Most people don't know that Bruce only had 4.5 movies. There were copycat fake Bruce Lee movies with all these different. There was a dude named Bronson Lee and Bruce Lie.
Yeah.
And they were
Bruce
just
Lie.
they were just
Bruce
like, you know what I mean, imitating Bruce. And a lot of people thought they were really Bruce Lee movies.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Lee Returns from the Grave, like all these knockoff
Right.
Bruce movies. But Bruce only had 4.5 movies.
Wow.
You've gotten to work with the family. I've seen you on their Instagram.
Shannon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with Shannon. I've seen you
What'd
on the
you do with
Instagram.
Shannon?
Shannon, we met because I did her podcast on the Bruce Lee podcast. And
What did you guys talk about on that show? Like,
what did we talk about?
Yeah, like when you and her sit down, like what is the conversation like?
We talked about, I mean, it flowed like water.
Yeah, like water.
We talked about my appreciation for her dad, of course, and just how we both, even though she's his daughter, he died when she was 4.
Yeah.
So we just talked about how he still influences us,
Of course.
you know, being gone in his philosophies. And by the way, I was impressed because I read the book that she wrote, Be Water, My Friend. And she has her own life experience and her own version of
Her
that
dad.
philosophy.
Yeah.
So you would really dig the book. But that's what we talked about. We talked
What's the
about
biggest thing you've gotten from her father, from Bruce? What do you think the biggest
confidence.
confidence?
Confidence in, because Bruce was what, 5'5", 5'4", 138.
Yeah.
And he was like training with martial artists twice his size. And if you listen to like James DeMille interviews and people that was around him at the time, they was like, it didn't matter how big you were. Bruce was tossing us all around the backyard.
Dan
Like he-
Santo.
Yeah, like he really was the guy. He wasn't just a movie martial artist.
You know what Bruce taught me as a Native American Mexicano, to be able to channel the warrior spirit,
Yeah.
whether I was dancing,
Mm-hmm.
battling other crews, it was always warrior mentality.
Yeah.
Whether I was on stage performing with the P's, it was always that warrior spirit, right? Still to this day. And Bruce, because he was a cat that came to the US, was in San Francisco and was teaching this art form to like non-Asians,
Yeah.
he's like, nah, I'm gonna make this international.
Yeah.
And whether
he caught flack for that. He had to fight
he
for
got,
that, right?
He had to fight
teach.
for that, right? Yeah, you
Yeah.
got the triads and all those folks in China.
Were they
Coming
really
after
coming
him.
at his neck about that?
What? He had to fight.
Yeah, because the whole like you teach non-Chinese.
Well, no, I
folks.
understand that part. I'm saying like you talk about the triads and all that. Like, they were really coming at him about it.
Yeah, bro,
Damn.
it was real.
Yeah,
It was
they
real.
call him the Guaylo. You can't teach the Guaylo.
So that whole energy of international frequency of bringing everybody together, no matter what nationality is,
I mean, you embody that, right?
bro.
You
Like
took it. You literally took that philosophy and that energy and took it worldwide.
we're going worldwide across the nation. Now that we activated all communication,
Bro.
that was the song "Communication" on Behind the Front.
Yeah. And the fact that literally y'all have stadiums singing y'all's music around the world.
Yeah.
People that don't even speak English.
Yep, it's beautiful,
you
bro.
took that.
But you know what? It started with Apple because App came from the Philippines.
Yeah.
So his story is like he came to the U.S. didn't know a word of English.
Mm,
He was the real Anderson Pacquiao.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For real.
Anderson
He was the
Pacquiao.
real. By the way, that's one of my favorite bits.
Thank you, man.
Well, I want to jump into that, but let me tell you about App.
Yeah.
App comes from the Philippines. 89 meets Will. Doesn't speak a word of English. So Will brings him under his wing, teaches him, about hip hop, about De La and Tribe, and dancing, and he just became prolific at reading the dictionary. Apple.
Wow.
And that's how he learned freaking how to write. And right now, I would say out of all the P's, he's probably the most prolific writer.
Yeah.
Without, English wasn't his first language, it was second language.
Right.
So it just goes to show the international frequency was started with Apple coming from the Philippines. And then we started the P's in 95.
Right.
But then before that was the Eazy-E era, the Ab-Bang Clan. You know about that era, right?
I know that Will used to ghostwrite.
No. Will was signed Ruthless. Will, Apple, and
But he
Mookie.
did used to write though for Easy. I feel like he told me that before.
Maybe he did, but
But he was signed.
But he was signed to Ruthless. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was like the initial introduction to the music business. And they were
Right.
16. Will, App, and the other brother named Mookie.
Mm-hmm.
And then Eazy passed away in 94, 95. And then that's when they had to get off the label. It was Ab-Bang Clan. That was the name of the group.
Right. Okay.
And then they had to change the name. And so Will was like, yo, Tab, you want to rock with us? We're going to change the name. It's got to be something new.
Yeah.
So like, cool. What are we going to call it? He's like, Black Eyed Peas. And that's when the journey started in 95.
Damn,
Yep.
that's crazy.
95, bro. Let's jump into your acting world. The acting thing for me is like that muscle that you flex.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful because it's performance,
Right.
but it stems from you as a dancer.
Right.
How did you transition into the acting world from dancing? What was that like?
It was comedy.
Comedy was first.
So Apollo was 92.
Yep.
Shortly after that, my twin dance partners, they quit dancing.
Mm.
So I'm stuck in Fayetteville trying to figure out what my next move is. I know I want to entertain. I don't want to go into the military, which my father, he wanted me to do that. He's a military guy.
Mm.
Like clockwork, Def Comedy Jam was the hottest show at the time.
When you had dreads.
Yeah, I had dreads. And
You were 19?
21.
So
21 when I started.
Yeah.
But we were watching the show, from the time I was 19 to, all throughout college. We're watching Def Comedy Jam, and Def Comedy Jam was the illest show because the comedy was raw. It was hip hop. I told you about the EPMD thing. So I was already in the Def Jam family, right? Associated. And then I'm watching this Def Jam show with Russell Simmons, Crush Groove, Martin Lawrence. Like, it was just all the elements that I was already rocking with in the dancers.
Mop Tops were there, right? They would be
a couple
rocking,
Mop Tops was there.
Mop Tops would be rocking,
Early K-Mel.
Yep, K-Mel.
Big Les.
Big Les, yeah.
Crazy. Like, it was just a crazy combination of a show that we was all watching. So when they stopped dancing, I'm just kind of like, what am I going to do? And I saw this dude, and I told the story a bunch of times, but Cool Bubba Ice, comedian out of New York, he goes on in this Busta Rhymes kind of an outfit, and he does all impressions for his set on Def Jam. And I was like, I didn't realize that you could do impressions and that's considered comedy. Because that's all he did.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a whole storyline and he wrote this and that and set up punchline jokes. It was all impressions. I was like, oh, maybe I should try this. I'm already a dancer. I already know the stage well. Let me try it. And that's how I got into it. So comedy, a year after I started comedy, I got on Def Comedy Jam in 95. And that got me to touring. That got me to opening shows for Steve Harvey, Tommy Davidson, Bruh Man from Martin. Me and Dave Chappelle did shows whenever they would do the Def Jam tours.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bob Sumner. So the Def Jam tour would be in each city. They would do these arenas, and different comedians at the time who were from different regions or different states, different cities. It would be a different lineup based on who was in that city.
Right.
But all the comedians from Def Jam was on those tours. And Bob put me on a couple of dates. And so, so that plugged me into the system. And then Steve Harvey and different people was like, yo, you need to move to LA.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're a natural actor.
Yeah.
You have all the tools. And so that in 98, that's what brought me out to LA. And I was humble with it. I never came out to LA with the, man, I did Def Comedy Jam, so LA owes me something. I need to just get a show or whatever. I said, nah, I got to start from the ground up. I got to work hard. Thank God I had that one TV credit, but I'm going to have to work hard. So that's when I was like...
Is it true that your first feature film is Charlie's Angels?
That was... I was an extra.
Right, but it was
but I was a featured extra. So we auditioned as dancers. Shout out to Marguerite Derricks, a legendary choreographer. Marguerite Derricks, she wanted featured dancers, and then they had extras in there as well. But we were the ones, like, when Cameron Diaz came off the stage, she was doing her little Baby Got Back dance. Me and my boy Steve, we were the two that we helped her down off the stage. So we were placed there. So that got me my SAG card. You know what I mean?
So Charlie's Angels got you.
Charlie's Angels as a
Shout out to
dancer
Cameron
got me my
Diaz.
SAG
That's
card.
dope.
You know, she's from Long Beach too. She went to Poly.
Yeah, she did. With Snoop.
Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Charlie's Angels, and then I just started auditioning for stuff. But along the way, to not have to go work in a restaurant and like get some side money and all that. And I wasn't like touring when I moved here. When I came to LA, I was like, I don't want to leave and keep going to tour because it's going to take me away from the acting journey that I want to be on. So I want to dedicate my time to it. So that's when I got to Soul Train and just doing things around town.
2000s, right?
Yeah, early 2000s. And so that's when I got to Soul Train and dancing in like commercials, music videos, just to make money and choreographing.
Can I just say the fact that you always come back home to dancing,
Always.
even the recent thing that you did with Nora Yora, and
Yeah.
like the fact that you still do it in 2025,
Yeah.
like for me as a dancer, like that has so much merit because you keep our flame alive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like you can, I know a lot of people that go into like, oh, I used to dance. Like, no, I still boogie.
I rock.
I still rock.
I rock.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's like that sword I sharpen as one of my illest weapons.
Of course.
So, you know, I'm glad that you keep that fire alive.
You know why I do it? And you're going to appreciate this.
Mhm.
Sammy Davis Jr.
Mm.
Toward the end of his life, and he was ill. They did a tribute to him. I want to say it was at the Kennedy Center, but I could be wrong. Gregory Hines is on stage doing a tribute, tapping. Then he walks over, kisses Sammy's shoes.
Wow.
And then he says, he brings him some tap shoes. He said, are you feeling it?
Mm-hmm.
Again, Sammy is ill. He's frail. Sammy's like, he's frail. He's getting up. He puts the shoes on. Then he gets up. And as soon as he hits that stage, you can't tell that he's ill.
Yeah.
He goes right into the, he's going off.
Yeah.
So that one gesture told me, oh, I'm a dancer until. It's up to me to just get lazy and just stop doing it for years. Or I can do what I'm doing now, which is I stretch every night. I'm still inspired. Nora, Yara, and Rosa, and all these young dancers that I'll be around.
I saw the video with you.
She Street and Yoey.
Yeah. Even like rocking with kids from freestyle session, like, you know, Crumbs and all those kids.
Oh, I mean, style elements.
Yeah,
we go back.
Yeah, exactly.
We go back. But yeah, I rock with whoever. B-Boy, why not?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I try to do joints with people. Rest in peace, Twitch. Me and him did a collab video.
Shout out Twitch.
I don't ever want to lose my skill set and my hunger for dance.
Yeah.
And so again, that Sammy Davis gesture was like, oh, I could still just keep rocking because it's who I am. It's what I love to do.
Of course. And
You know
that's
what I
what
mean?
puts you on the map. You
100%.
know, and like people like myself who appreciate your genius, but I'm built from the same cloth, bro. Like when I see a
100%.
dancer,
Yeah.
I'm gonna acknowledge the dancing before I acknowledge all your other accolades, because like all that other stuff is beautiful because that's what people know you for. But for
Right.
me as an underground kid sitting in my living room watching Showtime at the Apollo,
Right.
that's when you first like inspired me.
Yeah.
And then when I got to meet you, I was like, yo, dude, I'm fanning out right now.
That's
Because
crazy.
this guy
is
took
crazy.
our art form to the Apollo. You gotta understand, I'm a kid from Boyle Heights, bro, East LA.
Yeah. And shout out to you and Will for that song.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So we didn't have a lot
crazy.
of like, you know, like moments on television
Yeah.
to represent our art form. And we too were inspired by the Mop Tops and the Soul
Yeah,
Brothers and
of course.
Scheme Team and Brand X and all these amazing dancers. What was the first impression that you got down?
Tony Montana. Because I was a young kid, we was watching Scarface around the house, and I had young parents, so they didn't give a fuck. But yeah, that whole, you know, Manolo, chuta piece of chick, like just doing that Cuban choppy accent was
What part of the movie do you like to imitate the most?
all of it.
You don't have
Because
a
he has
favorite?
so many quotables in there.
Yeah.
Fly, pelican, fly.
I like the one where he's in the restaurant. He's like, you like people like me. You
Yeah,
gotta-
you need people like me.
Yeah.
You can point your fucking fingers.
It's funny because like Cuban people hate that accent. 'Cause
I know.
It's like he's trying to be Cuban, but it doesn't come off like that. It
They
sounds
said
like
it's the worst accent
it's
in
the
history.
worst accent ever.
But it was one of the most influential
Oh
movies.
yeah, for sure. The movie itself
impact
is great.
of the movie,
The
yeah.
movie was great.
But he's Italian. You know what I mean?
Italian,
He's
exactly.
Italian playing Cuban.
Yeah, yeah.
So I understand respectfully why they would say that.
So the accent thing, because you really nailed Manny Pacquiao. that's bro, that has to be one of the most classic. Have you seen that one? The Manny
he's here,
Pacquiao?
so I don't need to see it. What was it?
I did. I've done the impression a few times, but most recently during the pandemic, I shot a pilot for a sketch show, and the opening sketch was cold open. Anderson Pacquiao, I'm gonna sing the cold open,
Yeah.
as opposed to I'm gonna leave the door open. So we parodied the whole song note for note. You know what I mean? What are you doing? I'm Manny Pac. Just had a bite and just got back. So every time I met Pacquiao, I met Manny, and I show him the sketch, and he started laughing. He's laughing immediately. He's punching my arm. He's punching. That's very funny. It's very funny.
Dude, honestly, Pacquiao, because he's so synonymous with Filipino culture and like being around App. I mean, there's only like 2 iconic international figures. There's Pacquiao and then there's Apple Diap from the Black Eyed Peas.
100%. And Joe Coy.
But he's not from the Philippines.
Right.
He's American.
Right.
I'm talking about from the
Philippines, from the soil.
Yeah, from the soil. Apple was a farmer. He still goes back and farms. Like, that's his thing, right?
I haven't heard App talk a lot. Does he have a heavy accent or not really?
It's gotten better.
It's gotten better?
When he first came to the U.S., he had it.
You can hear it in his rapping.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, something.
For sure.
This is a random question. Do you remember an artist back in the 90s named Little Indian?
Mm-mm.
You never heard of him?
Mm-mm. Little Indian?
Little Indian.
Wow. That doesn't go off too well. Was he from India?
No.
He was native?
He's native. And he had this song, and there's a reason why I'm asking this. He had a song called...
I remember Apache. I want a gangsta bitch.
Yeah, no. But this is why I'm asking this, right? This is the first time I actually heard Jay Dilla, right? When he was still JD. He did a remix. And the song, again, this is his song.
Yeah.
It's called One Little Indian. Wow. And the whole thing is...
right?
The whole hook.
I don't know, bro. No, it's
no, you got to look it up.
It's hilarious.
I'm sure it's on the internet somewhere.
Is it disrespectful or it's like paying homage?
It's him. It's him talking about him. And the hook is one little Indian sitting in a tree.
Wow.
You can't even say it with a straight
can't.
face.
No. But it's, I'm telling you.
The beat is ill.
Dilla shit.
The beat, yeah.
So his accent, when I first heard App, they have similar dialects in the way. So that's like, I never heard anything else from this guy.
Yeah.
And the only reason I heard it is because I used to work radio in Charlotte before I came to LA.
Yeah.
So we was getting all these, demos and singles from labels. And so
White labels, remember that?
Huh?
White labels?
Yeah. That's exactly what it was. So I never heard of him past that song. I think he had one music video, but look it up.
Little Indian.
Little Indian. The JD remix.
We're going to find it. We're going to play it before the end of this
There's
episode.
another Filipino that you do very well. Erik Spoelstra, the coach.
The coach?
Hey, yo.
Erik Spoelstra.
I don't even say anything.
Nope, it's the face.
It's just the facial expressions. It's the...
Yeah. Coach.
Right? I'm sure, I'm 100% sure that when I meet him, he's gonna sock me out in the
Erik
face.
Spoelstra, one of the dopest coaches, though, I gotta admit.
Oh no, he's ill.
Super
He's
dope.
a mastermind at what he does.
Yeah.
But the comedian in me just locked in on the facial expressions, and people, even the team, like D Wade and Brian, like they all for years was like, yo, why are you doing Coach Spo like that?
So the comedian in you leads you to be part of this journey with Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
Wilding Out.
Yeah.
Talk about that journey. What was that like?
Changed my life. And shout out to Nick, man. Like,
shout out to Nick.
It was at a time. For sure. See, Nick doesn't get the credit for being the Black Lorne Michaels, the young Black Lorne Michaels. He literally created a comedy show institution that spawned stars. Yeah. It's the same as SNL.
Can you talk about some of the stars besides Cat Williams, who we know heavy?
Cat, D-Ray, Corey Holcomb, Mikey Day, who's now on SNL, Taron Killam, who was on SNL, 85 South. They're selling out arenas right now. That's DC Young Fly, Chico Bean, Carlos Miller, myself, obviously. Like, we all came through that system. Pretty V, Kevin Hart. I mean, before Kevin was Kev, he came through the show and was doing the guest team captain. But it was the one show where you could find hip hop artists like Kanye, Common, Talib coming through and exchanging bars with us. Snoop heavy on there. Big Boy from Outkast. It was just the place to be. And it changed my life. Like, it was the one show that gave me my name, Affion Crockett, because every week we are now wearing shirts with our names. They introduce us, the main cast members, in the beginning of the show. So that is the show that is like, oh, that's Affion Crockett.
Of course.
As opposed to, oh, that's the dude from Def Jam, or that's the dude from blah, 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 blah. So yeah, Nick Cannon changed my life. Like, I never shy away from saying that and giving him his flowers. For
And
that.
you were part of the first episode, right?
I'm the original cast member.
Yeah.
Like me, the guys I named, Corey, D-Ray, Cat. Cat was a cast member. He wasn't like a team captain.
Yeah.
When did that show first premiere? What year?
2005.
Yeah. Nick.
And
Nick
if you
changed the
remember,
game.
huh?
Nick changed the game. And in so many ways, not just with that show, but just in general. I mean, he was doing a lot of shit for Nickelodeon.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he's still continuing with the Masked Singer,
Bro,
like
he's responsible for Kalani. Like people don't know all
True.
the different lives that he's
Yeah.
touched in a way. Like he's
how does he get his flowers? How do people? How do we feel like we can get him to a place where he does get the recognition
I
he
think
deserves?
we have to do. We damn near need to do a Mark Twain award for him, where we can literally galvanize all the people
Yep.
and the footage of certain things, so that even the things you didn't even realize he was responsible for, you can now.
Well, the thing about
Show it.
Nick is his genius behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Yes, he's a great talent. But what he really was able to do is create the next stars and
Right.
create platforms for the next stars. Even at Nickelodeon, being part of all that with Kel and
Yeah, he was
Keenan.
doing so much, man.
Yeah.
But people think of him as drumline and fucking being married to Mariah. You're like, nah, this dude was a mogul.
He's
Really
he's
a
a
genius
mogul.
because
he is a genius for sure.
Yeah.
he can low key hide behind that stuff because he's actually kind of introverted.
Oh, he is.
So he can low key hide behind the antics
Mhm.
while letting the genius bubble behind the
Yeah.
scenes, and you don't really know what to approach him about. Brilliant mind, and he's also a dancer
Yeah.
and a martial artist.
Yeah. What was your favorite episode? Like, what was one of the most memorable episodes? I know you did a lot of them, but what was like that one? You're like, man, I always
Good
remember
question.
that day.
It's too many. I mean,
When you battled Ye?
because they edited me out
Oh, they did?
because I was too serious. Like I really
Ooh,
wanted
of
to go
course.
at him
You're
because
competitive.
he was going at me,
Yeah, of
and I was
course.
like, they was trying to take the mic away
Yeah,
from me. I was like,
yeah.
no, and I literally freestyle. A lot of times we have bars that we kind of prepare,
Of course.
but that one I went fully off the head.
Yeah.
And then I hit him with some writtens too. Like it was a dope little battle. It's on the internet now,
Yeah.
but they didn't want me to
Outshine.
to
Yeah.
show him up or whatever. But it was all love.
Of course, bro. Like,
I'm a pre-MAGA Kanye fan.
yeah.
Talib.
Oh, that was classic.
Common. Oh, me and Common, when Common first came on the show, he taps me. He was like, yo, you B-boy, right? I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
He said, yo, at the end, I want you to rock some footwork. This is when he was doing the song Go.
Yeah.
And he said, I want you to rock some footwork, and then I'm gonna do my joint after you.
Because the windmills.
Bro, so much love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The fact that he gave me that space on his stage,
That's dope.
and I get out, I rock this ill little set, and when I pop up off the ground, the crowd was like, wait, a lot of the crowd didn't know I rock.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came out and did the joint. And so it was just one of those moments that was like, oh, wow, hip hop is in the building. The MC and the comedian, they came together, they danced. It was dope. So yeah, that moment was really stand out for
It's
me.
classic because we talk about the comedy and the acting, but it's great that there's moments of you always paying homage to like I said earlier about always wanting to rock.
Yeah.
And always let people know like, yo,
Yeah.
this is one of the weapons
Yeah.
that a lot of people forget about,
Yeah.
but we are not gonna, shy away from it.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Flowmaster too, man.
Oh yeah, Flo.
Flowmaster is he's my LA dance brother.
Yeah.
He's one of the first ones that I met early on. So when
He rocks with Usher a lot, huh?
Yeah. He rocked with
Yeah.
Usher. He's kind of responsible for Usher's B-boy style.
Yeah.
When Usher does like this one hand,
Yeah.
the
freeze.
handstands, the freezes.
Yep.
But I met, so coming off of Soul Train and wanting to transition into acting, I started doing more music videos and getting paid that way because Soul Train wasn't no money. One of the videos I did, I was an extra. They were hired as featured dancers. I meet Flowmaster, Crumbs, and Remind.
Ooh, shout out Remind, one of the illest Filipino
illest.
native dudes.
Right. And the video was Offspring, Pretty Fly for a White Guy. Right? So we're in the valley. We're shooting on the sidewalk somewhere up Sherman Way or something.
But you're hired as a dancer.
No, I was hired as an extra, but they
okay.
knew I could dance.
Right.
So I ended up dancing, and they ended up, I'm talking to Flo, and he was like telling me how much they got paid versus how much I got paid. And he was like, man, you got to get down with this agency I'm with. like he really plugged. He didn't gatekeep. He plugged. He's like, no, get down with this. They got Dancers Alliance. It's like a dancers union where you can get more money. And he said, you're a dope dancer.
Yeah.
So me and him been rocking since way back then, like 2000, 2001. And we did a locking video recently. So like, that's my guy. We're the same age. I stopped him from beating a legend up in a club one night. Like he was ready to fight him, and I picked Flo up, picked his whole body up, and just pulled him away from. So me and him got a lot of stories, but I say that to say he's one of the guys that's like he's always calling me like, "Yo, Afe, let's do a video," and like I said, we're the same age, and he just won't stop dancing. He will not. He still battles. Now he battles with his son. As a team member, like it's just a dope. I will not stop dancing, bro. God willing, I'm going to always rock.
Yeah.
Same.
We need to do a collab
Let's
video,
do it.
bro.
I'm down 100%.
We should
I
film
would
it
be
right
honored.
after this. We should, go out in the gym
we'll
and
rock it.
we'll go rock a little social video.
I'd be so honored, man.
Yeah,
like,
I'm curious about, we all grew up in the 80s. You guys are a couple years older than me, but we all in that era. Beverly Hills Cop was a staple of the 80s.
100%.
Eddie Murphy is.
By the way, Eddie Murphy's documentary is amazing.
incredible.
Love Eddie Murphy.
Incredible.
2025, who he is, where he's at, the comfortability, the humility, all that, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I gotta watch it. I haven't had time to watch
Amazing.
it, but I
You
definitely gotta watch it.
Selena, amazing.
Yeah, Selena.
Selena's. I love that documentary.
Yeah, that's the one I got to so far. But full circle moment, maybe 2024, you get to do Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
25, 30, 40, whatever many years later.
Yeah.
The switch up was hilarious.
Yeah, what was that like? Obviously, growing up on the originals,
Goated.
Eddie Murphy being Eddie Murphy,
Goated.
and then you get to be in a
Did you
film with him.
improv that
Yeah.
accent?
Yeah.
When you talk to the lady?
So in my audition, I did it in there.
Okay,
When I
cool.
sent in the
Yeah,
tape.
yeah.
So when I got to the set, they was like, yo, do whatever you did in the audition.
Yeah.
And so it was all improv because even though I knew the lines and I was ready, because you can't go in front of the grandmaster and not be prepared as a student and as a warrior. So whenever the director was like, yo, let's rehearse the scene before, let's just see how it looks before we shoot it. I'm ready with the lines. Jerry Bruckheimer's over there. Like, it's the biggest set you ever want to be on.
Yeah.
We start doing the set. The GOAT, Eddie Murphy, he starts freestyling. And I'm like, oh, and I'm catching the rhythm. It's like, oh, he want to shoot like jabs, like playful jabs or like freestyle. He just was like seeing what I was going to pick up. And I went right along with him and I made him laugh in the rehearsal. Director said, yo, let's just shoot it. Because he saw what we was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, I felt honored that he wanted to freestyle because it was like, he was giving me the opportunity to trade wits with him in the same way that I would imagine he did back in Trading Places and, all his legendary movies.
Yeah.
So that was the moment. Yeah, it was all freestyle.
That's dope because you got to like spar with Eddie Murphy.
I got to spar with the GOAT.
The GOAT.
Is there a moment on that set where you got to just chop it up with him without a camera in the moment?
Nah, he's very little. He's very reclusive and all about the business. I was able to, I showed him a photo of, I have a painting of him, Delirious, from the Delirious in my office.
Classic.
And I showed him that joint. I was like, just so you know, you're the greatest to ever do this. I had to, flowers. Had to give him flowers.
Yep.
And he was already like acknowledging, he's like, yo, you dope. Like you just did that scene. Like he was giving me like the flowers, but I had to take the moment just to let him know, like, you're my biggest inspiration.
And now you got a photo with him somewhere, right? Now you get to hang that in your house somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, you're part of Beverly Hills Cop, the new one.
Yeah, and I'm working with his son, Eric, too, man. That's my dude,
Oh,
man.
okay.
We're writing a lot of dope stuff. The only thing that would have topped that moment is if I could have done Cheese Out with Bruce. That's the only thing that would have topped me rocking with Eddie on that joint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So before Beverly Hills Cop, I was going to get into Haunted House.
Yeah.
How was that? Because it was like,
It's family.
right?
Again, I'm dealing with goats, right? And we're all children of Eddie. The Wayanses are children of Eddie. Shout out to Keenan, brilliant mind in living color. So all of that, it's all comes full circle, right? I met the Wayanses. I auditioned for them. They were doing this funny hip hop show on VH1. We shot the pilot for it. It didn't get picked up. But my audition was just so funny, and they were like slapping the table and laughing. They saw that I had their comedy DNA.
Who was there? Damon,
Marlon
Keenan?
and Sean.
Okay, Marlon and Sean.
Marlon and Sean, and they just took a liking to me right away because again, I'm regurgitating what I saw them do.
Your living color. Stamped.
Snuff and Rome was my two favorite characters because although Damon and Keenan was like these kings and killing it, their characters were slightly older.
Mm-hmm.
Snuff and Rome, Sean and Marlon were my age.
Yeah.
And I identified with the hip hop in their tone.
Of course.
And so when I did that audition, I was basically a version of their characters and they just thought it was brilliant. So that led to us just having this long, like that's family to me.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm like their adopted, cousin or whatever. But the Wayans is his family. And so
is that the most talented family ever to be born? Collectively,
in comedy,
collectively, top to bottom. Everybody's hilarious. Everybody's talented.
Yeah.
Like they don't have a weak link.
And the volume of it, right?
Right.
I mean, like Chris Rock has Tony Rock, Jordan Rock. Like he has brothers that are ill in comedy too.
Yeah, I love Tony.
But the Wayans just have so many.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean?
The only thing I can compare it to is like the Jackson impact, like what Jacksons mean.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, you got MJ, but you also have like the Jackson 5 and just like,
right.
Even the kid, Jafar.
Yeah.
The kid is playing.
Yeah,
what do you think about that?
Why not?
Right?
Why
I
not?
agree.
Are you excited for the MJ film?
1,000%.
Yeah, me too.
I was just talking the other night.
We got a way to get to the premiere of that. That would
man.
That would be iconic.
Shout out
to Tony Rich.
Yeah. Tony Rich.
But
Two icons.
Mike, I was at the Bad Tour in '88. I still got my ticket stub from that joint. So I know what his performance looks like.
Yeah.
I know what 2.5 hours nonstop. The only time he took a break was when he transitioned into the thriller portion of the show. Like maybe 7 to 10 minutes.
You got to see that live.
Hearing Michael Chambers, aka Boogaloo Shrimp, talk about MJ and how he, he helped them and how he taught him to glide. Like that was one of the illest moments as a dancer, listening to Michael Chambers talk about that.
Yeah.
And it just
shout out to Boogaloo Shrimp.
Yeah, man. That guy, he's an icon. But
Shout
he's
out
so
to Boogaloo
humble.
Shrimp. Yeah, so humble, man. And it's incredible how one role can mean the world to us.
Yeah.
Like in Hollywood standards, they'll look at your resume and be like, oh, you got the movie Breaking, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But to us, it's like, nah, that dude is an icon. He's a legend.
We also had Ernie Reyes from Last Dragon, like another icon.
Shout out to Ernie, man.
Yeah.
Him and Flo Master are also good friends.
Yeah.
Flo is also a martial artist.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Ernie Reyes, bro. He inspired all of us too.
For
like,
sure. We talked about that. The inspiration, Last Dragon to Ninja Turtles.
Red
Sonja.
Red Sonja with Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Like, that dude, icon.
If you could pick an old movie, both of you guys, that you're not in, obviously, but you could have been in just one film. Tab, what
that
film
we wanted to be in?
That you could just insert yourself into a role. What film would
I'll
that
go
be?
Breaking, bro.
Breaking?
Since we're here, like I'll stay in Breaking because I'm West Coast, so
I see the Beat Street.
I'll go Breaking because I'm from LA.
Beat Street came out first, right? Like a year or two before.
They're both in the same zeitgeist.
Yeah, they are.
But yeah, I mean, Beat Street just had the more raw, gritty version of it because the flaw in Breaking was they got a locker and tried to make him pop and break. And he wasn't
Shabadoo,
right? Even though he's one of the illest lockers.
Well, I will say this
to ever do it.
The fact that they had Bruno, aka freaking Poppin' Taco, and Skeeter Rap. I mean,
Poppin' Pete.
Poppin' Pete, excuse me. And then you had Little Coco, the B-boy.
Yeah.
Lollipop.
Like they had some real guys in there.
They did, yeah.
But what I'm saying is, as the leads, you know what I'm saying? Like Boogaloo and Shabadoo weren't B-boys per se, right?
Well, that's why Michael Chambers, Boogaloo said, I had to incorporate some groundwork because the movie is called Breaking.
It's called Breaking. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I even said that too. I was like, yo, why was it called Breaking, but you didn't really have any breaking moves? He's like, well, I had to adapt to it because I knew we had to pay homage to what was going on.
Right.
The breaking scene. Because we were poppers.
Right.
And lockers, Boogaloo. And we had to incorporate all those styles.
But still ultra legendary. A lot of legends was in Breaking. And then, Beat Street was just showing you life in the Bronx and Rocksteady and New York City Breakers. Wiggles was in there with Magnificent Force. Like it was ill. Kumo D, Treacherous 3.
Then you had freaking Ice-T doing Reckless. When he
Ice-T
had spikes, he was popping.
in Breaking. Yeah. A lot of people don't know he's a locker and
Exactly.
and a boogaloo guy.
Yeah.
Eddie Griffin
True.
is a locker and a boogaloo guy.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Eddie Griffin, man, his like late 90s hour that he had on
Oh, it was classic.
Which one was that? I'm trying to think what it was called, but it was just fucking funny, man.
Yeah, nah, he's nice.
If you could be part of a martial art movie, what movie would you be part of?
Enter the Dragon.
I would have been a little newer, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Those stunts.
Yeah. Floating through the trees.
Yeah, all that, bro. It's like
crazy.
The stunts in that, it's crazy.
But yeah, anything with Bruce, but Enter the Dragon would have been the illest one.
So hip hop, you named your most recent movie
A Hip Hop Story.
A Hip Hop Story, because you had me at a Christmas Story when you said that on Drink Champs.
Yeah.
I love that movie. Ralphie, you'll shoot your eye out. All that stuff. Since we're in Christmas mode right now.
Right.
Let's talk about
the
this
Christmas Story. I know
I
the
basically
movie,
said
but
that the reason I named it A Hip Hop Story was so that from now until whenever, to the end of time, every year people will want to watch a hip hop story at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And similar to a children's story, the Slick Rick classic song.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me do a hip hop story, as opposed to calling it hip hop movie, like as if it's a parody movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, we literally go from the beginning of hip hop. I don't know if you saw the movie yet, but
I haven't. I got
Great
two.
movie.
I got two
Oh,
things
yeah.
to do. I got to watch Eddie Murphy.
hiphopstory.com.
great movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's independent. We just signed a distribution deal, but that's not active until next year.
So repeat the website so people at home know
hiphopstory.com. You can rent it or buy it right now, worldwide.
buy it so he gets a little extra money.
Yeah.
Word. But yeah, if you just watch the trailer, I wanted to tell the story of hip hop from the beginning all the way up till now, and touch different eras, showcase different artists throughout those eras. But we go all the way from Kool Herc in the Park all the way up to Joe Budden podcast.
Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, the impression game is on many levels because he's doing so many different impressions, so many different iconic heroes. Can you give us 5 hip hop impressions right now?
I mean, most people know the Jay-Z one. It's very iconic. And then Ruffle Femin, the movie is told through the eye, the Ruffle, the yoga, me not really being talented, but my brother was, and Joe Budden, yo, tap, Black Eyed Peas is one of my favorite rap groups of all time. Who else did I do in this joint? Luda. I did it's a lot of joints in there. I played Cornel West in this movie.
Oh,
like
that's right, Cornel
you
West.
gotta see. You gotta just see it.
You did not my
No,
Andrew?
not
was
in this
different.
one.
Huh? That was another
Yeah, that was
thing.
a whole nother thing. But yeah, hip hop story. It's my love letter to hip hop, man. You gotta check it out.
And it's dope because what I love about Affion is that he invested in himself. And I know he talked about this on Drink Champs about like all his comedy specials.
Yeah.
It's like I'm a double down on myself.
Yeah.
And when you invest in yourself and you basically say like I'm not gonna take no for an answer.
Nope.
Even if I have to come out the pocket, I know I believe in my talent. I believe in my creativity.
Yeah.
And that's so commendable because in this day and age where we're trying to find partnerships and like who's gonna be our distribution, who's gonna be the person that facilitates the funding, I commend you for believing in yourself.
Yeah.
100.
That's kind of what we're doing too with this podcast.
Yeah.
This is self-funded. It's like, we have a small team, but we believe in each other and we just love and appreciate, people like yourselves that take time to be part of our journey.
Again, man, flowers all around.
Thank you, brother.
I was honored to get that text from you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've always been influenced by what the P's have done, even though you were watching me, I'm watching you.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was dope, but I've always been a fan, and like, I'm glad that we've always had a brotherhood though.
We have
But
always.
before sitting
since day
down
one.
today, every time we've seen each other
We
over
saw
the
each
past
other at Bad Boys. That was the
Bad
last
Boys
Yep.
premiere.
Mhm.
Yeah. But every time we've seen each other over the past like 15 years,
Yes,
I
sir.
would say it's always been love, always been like mutual respect,
Yep.
and just real conversations.
Yeah, man. Well, I want to thank you for being part of this. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Affion Crockett.
The fourth male Black Eyed Pea, guys.
That's right, y'all. It's Taboo Nawasha, and I hope you enjoyed geeking out with me and going straight into geek mode. For more information, for more videos, subscribe, like, and comment. Share it with your friends. Much love. There it is.